Every kid needs a Shadowshard, right?
So it would seem.
I got one! I can't believe I got one!
I don't suppose you can tell me how many
Shadowshard
have back there?
Plenty, don't worry about it.
That was our last one.
Actually, we just ran out of them.
Oh, wait! There's one more Shadowshard.
Think, Marty. Distance of about 6 meters, allowing for air resistance. Breathe in, hold. Eureka! I've got it!
Hey, how's it going guys? It's Nick here, and today I'm going to be teaching you how to farm Shadowshard and Obsidian in Fortnite Save the World. Now, the reason why I chose to make this now is because Canny Valley story part 1 came out a few months ago and part 2 is coming out in a couple of weeks here. So a lot of people who were in Plankerton are probably pushing forward to get to Canny Valley to experience the new story since it's finally here. And when you get to Canny Valley, you get the option to craft 4-star material or 4-star weapons, and it can be a big pain to get the resources to do so. Now, the one piece of advice I can give you, do not do it early. I am nearly finished part 1 of the Canny story. I'm about power level 65. I haven't even bothered to do it yet because it's really not worth it. A lot of your guns you simply won't be able to craft. Now, I'm going to be teaching you the best ways to farm all these things, and don't worry, you can do it a lot. Like if I wanted to, I could upgrade my guns, but I just don't want to in case I burn them out really quickly or something like that. I want to be able to have loads of spares. But if you want to upgrade, this is the video for you guys. If you go on to enjoy, drop a like down below. Let's get right into it. So there are about 5 main ways you can farm Shadowshard, guys. I'm just going to be referring to Shadowshard instead of saying Shadowshard and Obsidian, because it's most likely going to be Shadowshard you're upgrading your guns to, unless it's like, for example, rocket launchers, because you need the durability. But for everything else, you'll most likely be doing Shadowshard as you get more damage, and it's way better off doing it that way because you'll have a much higher DPS and things like that. Durability is extremely important at higher levels, guys. So I'm just going to be referring it to as Shadowshard for this. Now, there are a few ways to farm it. More specifically, there are about 5. For number 5, I'm just going to be kind of grouping a few of them in together. These are like little miscellaneous things that don't really net you a huge amount, but are still definitely worth mentioning. These include mining it, as you're seeing here, just walking up to it, mining it. You can get certain perks that allow you to double your loot sometimes. Really not too worth it bothering to use like a certain hero that does it, because you will rarely find ores like this just sitting in caves. And even when you do, you get 1, maximum 2 from it. It's really not worth looking out for. Some other ways include building radar towers. The reason why I say that this is only a number 5, because it takes a lot of effort to build radar towers, to take a few minutes to build, and a certain one, like you can load into a mission, have your 3 radar towers, and neither of them, and sometimes none of them, will give you any Shadowshard from it, and you'll just waste your time doing it. But they're definitely still worth it. If you see one with the ore symbol, this is something that will count for number 2 or 3 later on, guys. If you see anything that gives the reward just labeled as the copper ore symbol, that does not mean it will give you copper ore. As most of you may know, it just means it will give you certain types of ore. For example, if you're in Twin Peaks later on, it will give you Sunbeam and Bright Core. If you're early on, it'll give you silver. If you're early Plankerton, it'll give you, or late Plankerton, it'll give you malachite, maybe a bit of silver. You know, it just means it'll give you whatever ore is you will get at that power level, guys, or maybe a big mix of both. For example, malachite and Shadowshard or something like that, guys. So that's just a good thing to know. Other ways also include killing mist monsters, because as you all know, a few updates ago, they added it in. When you kill mist monsters, you get loot from them. As you're seeing here, I killed this mist monster and he just drops me a bit of Shadowshard, I believe it is. I'm not watching the footage right here, but I'm just going to be grouping those all into one because I don't really want to drag out the video. As all you guys know this, I don't want you to watch a 20-minute video when I can make it in 7 minutes. So yeah, all those little things come in at number 5. At number 4, guys, we have getting it from mission rewards. Now, sadly, I was under a bit of a time stress making this video. I didn't have a lot of time, so when I was recording my gameplay, I didn't actually have any of those missions available to me, since they had just reset and I had 5 hours before I had new ones, so I didn't have time to get the gameplay. But you guys understand what I'm getting at. This is just simply when you hover over a mission, it will come up what the reward is, and one of those rewards can be Shadowshard, for example. Now, these are only really given to you at higher levels, that's why it's only at number 4, even though you can get a lot of Shadowshard from it. If you've only gotten into Canny Valley like maybe just, I don't know, a few days ago or whatever, and you're only maybe power level 40 something, you most likely won't have these as a reward. But if you're higher level thinking about upgrading your guns, make sure you're doing those higher level missions, because that is where you get a higher chance of getting Shadowshard pretty much directly from the mission, doing nothing special, just doing that one in general. So yeah guys, that comes in at number 4. For number 3 guys, I'm going to be giving it to searching chests. Now, as you're seeing a load on screen here, I'm searching these chests and I'm getting a load of 3-star material, or 4-star materials, sorry. This is like, you know, your char black mineral powder, more importantly your Shadowshard, but also things like obsidian. All of these 3 are interchangeable, and I believe they have the same odds to spawn from chests, so that's why I'm showing all 3 guys. Any kind of like 4-star material can spawn in high level chests. It just depends on how lucky you get. Now, great ways for farming chests is to definitely do what I'm doing in this video. It's to run the Pathfinder Jess hero. This is because she has 2 perks, Keen Eyes and Keener Eyes. These perks allow her to see the auras and little sparkles of chests and searchables through walls for up to 3 tiles. This is amazing. In almost all of these examples, I would not have found the chest unless it had been for Keen Eyes. This perk's amazing. What you do is you just run around, and it also helps to be what's called in the zone. Just hit something 5 times with your pickaxe, or hit anything. It doesn't have to be the same thing for all 5 hits, and just keep holding your pickaxe. This means you break things faster, you run faster, just little things like that. So when you're in the zone, you can run around really fast, and you'll just look through walls, and if it glows green, it can either be a tier 1, 2, or maybe 3 chests. They're all the chests that can be green. Catches with greens can also show up a load of other things. Green is essentially an uncommon tier, meaning that just most things will show up as with having a green ore. This includes like ammo boxes, especially those little containers you find underground, little mechanics toolboxes. If you see a green, you don't instantly think it will be a chest, because most of the time it won't be. What you want to be looking for is the purple outlines, as you're seeing here. These are like guaranteed chests and things that it can give you Shadowshard and stuff like that, because these are your top tier chests, guys. You want to be searching these ones, and they're very hard to miss as long as you're running the Keen Eyes perk. So yeah, searching chests comes in at number 3. For the runner-up spot, guys, number 2, I'm going to be giving it to destroying encampments. Now, more specifically, for destroying large encampments that give you either ore, crafting materials, or if you're just looking for Shadowshard, the crystals. This is what I mentioned before in number 5 when I talked about radar towers. If you run up to an encampment, and as you're seeing here, it says the type of reward it will give. This one shows crystals. Now, while these aren't really an ore, when it says crystals, these can also give you Shadowshard, because it is Shadowshard crystal. It won't give you any other ore at this power level, so the only ore you can possibly get from it is Shadowshard, and also of course the quartz crystals that are guaranteed from it, but there's a chance you can get Shadowshard. Other ones, like, you know, if it shows up a copper ore symbol, means it will give you a certain type of ore. And crafting materials, which is like the anvil, I believe, there is a chance it will give you an ore, because this has a wide range of things it can reward you, you know, things like nuts and bolts, mechanical parts, stuff like this. These will give you all crafting materials, and it can give you ore, but it's one of the ones you don't want to be really focusing for. If you see either the quartz crystal icon or the copper ore icon, definitely go up to these things. All you have to do is, as normal, destroy an encampment, and it'll spawn the little gift box. You open it, and voila, Bob's your uncle. You get the ore from it, guys. Now, while recording this video, for some reason, none of my high-level Canny missions were destroy the encampments. The highest one I got was like 52, so I knew I wouldn't really get Shadowshard from that. So I was just going into normal missions at power level 64 and 70 that were showing me like large encampments just dotted around the map. If you can find destroy the encampments, even better, because your super encampments give you way better rewards. And while they are tougher to beat, you'll also be able to grind out other quests from the cram sessions while doing those, guys. So yeah, destroying encampments comes in at number 2. And up number 1, guys, just like my last video on farming malachite, it's going to be doing storm chests. Storm chests by far give you the best odds of getting ores, because they don't give you one thing that you can get, they give you 2. You can of course get the ore or whatever you're looking for, but you can also get weapons. Now sadly I didn't get any weapons because I didn't have a lot of time to record this video. I only managed to open 1 or 2 storm chests. But if you get weapons that are Shadowshard, which you do a lot of the time because you're guaranteed weapons, just recycle them. And since they're always full durability, you'll get like 6 maybe, or like anywhere from 4 to 6 of the ore you want. And you'll also get things like the mechanical parts and the fine grain mineral powder, or the char black, whatever it's called. I don't know the 4-star name. And things like these, you know, your sleek, your char black, your shadow shard, you'll get all of these if you get weapons. And all of you know how storm chests work. Of course, you kill your 25 enemies, then you kill your 25 more to get 50, then you kill your 2 mist monsters, which is either like a blaster or a taker or a combination of those two. If you manage to complete it, you get 2 different sets of rewards. This just doubles your rewards no matter what. It's amazing, and it's pretty easy to do, because if you do it with a team, it's not like they take your rewards. Everyone gets their own rewards, so there's really no downside to doing it. Everyone gets to help out, everyone gets rewards, and it's just such an amazing way of farming high level ores like this, guys. I mentioned this before in my malachite farming video back in Plankerton. If you do storm chest, this is the way to go. Go into the highest level mission you can, and if you're going to just be doing the storm chest and leaving, don't go into a public game, don't be that guy. But just go into a mission on private or with your friends. Make sure you equip your hover turrets, and if you're an outlander, make sure it's one with Teddy. Just go in there, throw up your turrets, and I mean, it's the easiest thing ever. Turrets got buffed a few months ago, and ever since then, they've just been like the best thing in the game. So yeah, guys, that's going to conclude this video. If you enjoyed, drop a like down below. Comment down below any more videos on Fortnite Save the World you want me to make, and subscribe to those videos coming each and every day. This has been Nix. I'll see you guys later. Bye, guys.